Hi everybody. A friend of mine asked me if I could build him a mini ITX budget PC. So at the moment the obvious choice was the Pentium G4560 since AMD's Athlons for AM4 are not available yet. And the biggest issue in my opinion with AMD right now is the lack of budget mini ITX mainboards or mini ITX mainboards in general. If we look at this one, this Asrock H110M-DVS, that was $55. If we look at the market and search AM4 mini ITX boards, we only have more expensive ones. So even though in my country the Pentium is only $30 less expensive than the cheapest Ryzen 3 variant, I had to go with this CPU, which it's no problem, it's fast, it's good, but 4 real cores would have been better. So, well, let's unbox this one. Nothing new, nothing special. I think everybody knows about this CPU already. It's Intel's budget king, and the problem with this one is at the moment it's really hard to get. I'm not sure if Intel is doing that deliberately to not cannibalize the i3 sales, but yeah. So there's the CPU, there you go, and the stock cooler. Classic Intel stock cooler. They're pretty bad, but they work fine. The main board. So here we go. Pretty cool. I mean, that's probably the first time I've ever held a mini ITX mainboard in my hands, so that's a cool thing. Should be more than enough for the Pentium processor. And the best GPUs in my mind to pair the Pentium right now would be a GTX 1050 or an AMD 560. But anyway, if you have the cash, you can always buy a more expensive graphics card and play in higher resolutions. Just because you have a cheap CPU doesn't mean that you have to buy a cheap graphics card. But if you make a budget build like this one, those cards are pretty good. And should be around $350 build, which is pretty cool. And you can play almost every game in 1080p, one or the other with reduced details, but it's pretty cool.